Uy, narinig mo? Are you into fashion? Are you interested to have a business in the fashion industry? Watch today's episode of Passionpreneur. Bongga. Perfect. Hi again, welcome to Passionpreneur, and this is your host, Sir Chubby. And today we have a very, very special guest. And we're the same age, and she's very, very close to my heart. And today we're going to discover a passionpreneur that's already in the fashion industry. Let's all welcome Feline.
Hello guys! Good morning everybody!
Fel, can you give a short introduction of what you do, how you earn?
So my name is Feline Soria. I am 28 years old. I am a nurse by profession. I have 2 licenses, nurse and a real estate broker, but now I am in the fashion business. So yeah, that's all about me.
Fel, how did you start as a fashionpreneur? I know that you're a nurse by profession and you actually work as a nurse. How did you transition from being a nurse?
My business blood started when I was a grader. By then, I was already selling little stuffs in the company ni Lolo.
Okay.
So,
What kind of stuffs?
What kind of
Ball
stuffs?
pen?
Yeah, everything. Anything.
Okay.
I think I even sold cigarettes that time.
Wow.
So, that's where it all started. I was grade 5 by then.
Wow.
And then, so I pushed through with nursing, and then
Was nursing, just a
the
question, was
first-
nursing your choice or?
yeah, it was my choice. It was the only choice I had because I did not think of going into business. I don't know why. I think fad. That time, nursing was
Or your
the
friends
fad.
were there?
Kinda. And by influence also of other people, like friends.
Parents?
Parents, not so much. They don't really go into the details.
Okay.
So from there, I graduated sa Veles, and then right after, I felt like there was something missing. After I took the board exam,
Not a Kikiro, okay. That was not.
no. I felt like something was missing, like I had to do something more. So I entered basta online. It started with an online business, a very
Okay.
small online business. So it started with accessories lang sa.
Okay.
And then,
So that was what year?
2011.
Wow, I was still
2000
grade 1 that time. 2011.
2011.
2011, okay.
And then from there, I shifted again to the nursing career because I felt like I had to use my license. That was the time.
You had to work.
Yeah, I had to work, and di pa kahit to siya promising.
Okay.
So it wasn't that promising that time. In the fashion industry at that moment. So I had to use my license. I felt like I had to work in the hospital due to, I don't know, peer pressure. I think so.
Peer pressure and
Yeah,
degree
peer
pressure.
Yeah. So right after that, I had my experience sa Chonghua Hospital for the first 2 years.
Wow.
I had medical surgical experience, and then the next 3 years sa ICU. And then I felt, dito na time, I felt like I could do something more.
Wow.
And then as I was also doing business and
While
work
working.
at the same time. So I wasn't efficient as a nurse by then. I felt like there was something more.
Okay.
So that was then.
There's a question that really a lot of our viewers ask. You know, they often message me in Facebook or whether it's in the in-him page or in the Passion Cafe. Mutanas lang ang question: is it necessary that I should go through a professional career first before being a passionpreneur, or dapat diretso na?
Okay, for me, as for my experience, I think it was very important for me to undergo being an employee because right now I understand how it is also
When you
treat,
deal.
yeah, when I deal with my employees, and what it is to have absences, you know, to deal with the, you know, lates. I think it's very important to undergo that stage because it hones you to be, I think, a better entrepreneur. That's just for me. But for other people, I think maybe it's okay to go straight to being an entrepreneur.
No, that's the thing. I also agree with that because a lot of people, when we start or when we graduate from school, we don't usually have the work ethics yet. except if our parents are entrepreneurs or they've been businessmen, you have mentors that can really guide you directly.
Yeah.
Not somebody that you can just call, but somebody that's coaching you every day. So I agree with you. So while you were in Chonghua, you were working as a nurse. How did you balance your being an entrepreneur and being a nurse?
I actually did not achieve a balanced life that time. I was sick. I had, I think those were signs. I had stomach ache most of the days.
So you were more like pressured.
Yeah, I was so pressured to ace both sides. Look, I wanted to be like top in this field and also top in my business field. So I think that was where it went wrong.
Would you say that when you were in school or in terms of academics, were you more of an achiever, or was it innate with you, trying to be top at this area and top at this?
I think I was a late bloomer.
Wow.
I even think I am a late bloomer because I only started achieving academically second year high school, and then the others were like not so good, like okay lang if I pass, something like that. But it started second year, third year until college. I felt like I had to do just the best, like my standards. So I had to do the
you
best.
set your own standards.
Yeah.
Was that because of your friends also, influenced by your friends or your family?
I think it was more of an internal thing. So it was just me.
Okay, that's good because competing with yourself for me.
Yeah.
So after that, what year did you decide to go full time in the fashion industry?
Okay, so I think that was the most crucial decision for me to decide whether I go into business or go into something stable, which is being an employee. Mas scary pa to because that time I had an offer abroad.
Wow.
So as an ICU nurse, I would have gotten bigger salary that time. So, but
definitely.
Yeah, so compared to a startup business, I know I would gain much monetarily by being an ICU nurse, but I just felt like I had to do business. I felt like I loved this more than being a nurse.
The factor that made that decision was really more of being in, or would you say you because you enjoy this industry, or was it also that drive that you could also probably grow it?
I think it was more of the drive. Like, I felt like being an employee, I mean, it's not bad being an employee, but I felt like
Not bad.
I am structured
So
when I'm being an
it
employee.
was the structure or the four corners that
Yeah.
felt like a prison for you.
Kinda.
That's a pure entrepreneur. Okay. So from there, how did you now you have your own store, then you still have your online. How did you grow it?
How did I grow it?
Yep. Was it by osmosis, or it grew organically, or did you actually plan?
I think I am a planner. I am more of a planner.
You don't think she is a planner?
I really am a planner. So I plan things very
Specifically.
into detail. So that's how I do things. For the business, I think the planning time was a year. Like setting up this business, this structure good is a year.
And if for the audiences, like you also distribute to other branches, right?
Yeah, I have Emporium.
So you can find with Stylize in Emporium.
Yeah, Emporium Norquis, Emporium Virama, Retail Therapy in Osmeña, and then Stylings in Banilad. Osmeña Boulevard, right at the back of Coffee Prince.
So in total, you have more or less how many?
Four
Including
branches.
This is
excluding this one, so this is the fifth.
the fifth, and this is the solo branch. Did you have first the 4 branches or this one?
I had the 4 branches first, and then I decided finally to have my own.
So you were more on the distribution first than having your own branch.
I actually wanted to. My sole goal was actually to supply.
Wow.
So I was more of a supplier than a retailer.
Wow.
So that's my forever goal until now.
Wow. So you want to be like the wholesaler or the supplier?
Yeah.
Now another question would be, how did you transition from the mindset of being an employee or towards being an entrepreneur?
I always had that mindset of an entrepreneur. So that was where it was hard for me to be an employee because I felt like I was structured and I can't do this and that. I did not have that employee mindset, Kayo.
Where did you get that?
Though my grandfather is a businessman, I did not actually see him do stuff. Though I saw people like how they do this and that, but with regards to an entrepreneur doing the
Actual work.
I did not actually see him. It was more of me liking and loving it. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. So which part do you really like about being an entrepreneur?
I like being with my customers. I haven't discussed about I enjoy so much meeting up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was where I started, like meetups, because I was an online seller by then. So I enjoyed being with them.
2011, 2012.
Yeah, 2011 up until 2016, I guess.
Wow.
Yeah, 16.
So you would meet them in...
Yeah. Though it was very tiring, I would meet them in a specific coffee shop in Ayala or any certain place, and then we just exchange conversations. Until then, now they are my friends. So
they have been customers.
Yeah, they're my customers, and then turn to friends, and then.
How many would you say of those customers became loyal customers?
I think
In percentage, like
60%.
wow,
Yeah,
that's very high.
60%.
From there, how did you, like I believe always in the mechanics of the business, not just the drive, no?
Yeah.
So, what were the first mechanics or the systems that you put in place, especially when you were online?
My sole marketing strategy when I was doing online business was, I think, just Facebook.
Facebook,
Yeah,
okay.
just Facebook.
So, did you do some Facebook ads?
Facebook ads only during 2016, 17 when it was a fad. But back then I just shared, do lots of sharing. But I think it's not so kuana now. I don't know if it still works.
It works very much.
That you share?
No. The sharing that doesn't work. But how about did you get some influencers or vloggers?
Yeah. That was where I actually boomed.
Okay.
Like the business boomed, like how they actually
okay.
knew Let's
So
Stylize.
that's one of the strategies.
Yeah. I had 5 bloggers. Like, can I mention them?
Yeah, of
like
course.
Isa Perez. I had Tony. Forgot the.
Tony Gonzaga?
Tony, Jean Yu, Sofia Sanchez, and
Jake Berry? No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, you're ones.
So now, what are your outlook for your business? How do you see it in the next 2 to 3 years?
Okay, so my long-term goals are actually like to branch out more and then really to be a supplier. So as you can see outside, we posted kind of more of
Looking
we are
for
open
business?
for we are open for wholesalers, those that are wanting to be in business. So I think that's my mission. So I and in my vision, I want to supply and then let others be businessmen and women also.
Okay. So by the way, what are the kinds of fashion clothes do you have here or products that you have?
Okay, I think the very thing about Let's Stylize is because we are versatile.
Now, Ling, I believe in every business, a lot of people always see the fruits, what's in front of them, what's the success, but they don't see sa kalisod ba, what were the things that gagian sa entrepreneur that made her cry, that made me cry, or a lot of us. So, can you share to us one of the toughest moments sa imuhang pagka-passionpreneur?
With patience, I think I have that. Like with customers, dili na kay
It's
stress.
okay for you, okay?
Yeah,
Even
it's
for
okay
complain,
for me. Like
people
yeah,
complain.
like people telling me your product is not good enough. Okay, I can take that. But I think it's more of a personal thing. Like I am more of a very soft kind of person. So in business, you have to be tough. I mean, dealing with people, especially in my age, like people see me as a teen. Like they don't believe I'm 28. So that's where I really have a difficulty. Like when they first meet me, they don't really believe that I am an entrepreneur. So they try to like maneuver or basta have some ways
They try to take advantage.
Yeah, I think that is it. And it's really so hard because I really have a soft spot. So that's where I'm really having a hard time. But I think now,
How do you deal with it?
How do I deal with it?
People who take advantage of our beauty.
I just try to to level with them also. Like, doesn't necessarily mean to be mean, but I just need to level with them and just be professional. Like,
Okay.
show them also that I am one professional.
Was there ever a failure in your business that really you took a hit, like you think twice nga sa tayo
Yeah.
tani or dili na?
Yes, very much.
Like, because for me it happens like every 2 years. There's challenges every 2 years that you would say, should I pursue this business or not? So does it happen to you?
It did months ago. Before I opened the shop, this main store, I actually questioned my partner if it was really for me because I felt like everything wasn't going well.
Your partner meaning your...
My boyfriend.
Okay.
And then,
I
he
see.
helps me so much with all the things in the business. But anyway, na-distract ko.
So you
So-
you actually question yourself? or
Yeah,
the-
I questioned myself actually if I was
Wow.
okay to do business. Like, I failed, I think, in staffing. I had so much problems with staffing, trying to train people because it was my first time to deal with so many people. So yeah, I
Wow.
think the major question was it really for me?
Fel, can you just share to our passionpreneurs, especially those who are in the fashion industry or kids who are interested in fashion right now, younger people, how would you advise them to start in their own fashion business?
First, you have to have the passion in particular with fashion.
Passion in fashion.
Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be this designer because I think I never had that background. The only thing that
Do you
made
need
me
to have
decide,
an eye for it? Like,
but yeah, you just have to have an eye for it, like an eye for fashion. You just have to. I think number one is research. Yeah,
Okay.
you first have to
Yeah, that's very
research.
important.
Sa fashion, especially with fashion industry. So research and check if you really like it. So that's the first one. Like, do you really like and love? And then next is, then you can go to finding a supplier.
okay.
So you can find a supplier. Number one is there you have to find your passion. And then number two is go jumpstart. So if you like for fashion alone, you have to find a supplier. Yeah, that's very, very important.
And the
then-
fashion industry is very big, right?
Yeah,
From the
it is
makeup, the
very big.
borloloys, accessories,
Yeah.
and clothes, etc.
I even
Girls
think
have a lot of stuff in their body, you know.
Yeah. So there are many choices. Yeah. They can go into certain things like they can go plain lang tops or bottoms, or like other people, diba, specialize on just shoes.
Jewelry.
Yeah. So you either can choose on only one category, or you can mix all. Like here, it's mixed.
Would you advise them to start with a mix line or?
I think
one?
I advise to start one.
Okay.
One lang so they can concentrate on it, and then right after finding a supplier, so after like you find a supplier, finding your market, then I think you can go and start your business. Market it. But yeah, that's the very important thing, marketing it. That's the number one thing in business.
It's
true. Where you should have 80%, 80-20. So I use 80% marketing and 20%.
Champion. She's very good. So, where would you advise them to start marketing, like Facebook, Instagram?
Okay, so I actually started honestly with Facebook. I just remember one thing, like you just have to tell a story
Yep.
and
Yep.
add value. That was the one thing that stuck. you
Tell
know,
story, add value, and online.
Yeah, online.
So, again, if I may, it doesn't matter what platform you are in, as long as you tell the story, then add value, tell story, add value. That's it, right? Fel, can you give a short message for those who want to be passionpreneurs like you?
For passionpreneurs like me and many others, so my first tip is just to go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
And
yes.
then I think it's just endurance. So I think that's all that
Wow.
pushes me. That's endurance, and I think not everybody has it. So if you have it, you feel like you have it, then just go and push it. So in business, it's not gonna be easy. I think it's even harder than being an employee, but it's gonna be worth it. So if you put your heart into it, and for me, like an owner and having my staff, you just have to love them and make them feel family. So work as a team. That's just it. If you have a team, but if you're still working,
Solopreneur.
yeah, if you're still solo and you're doing it online, then just envision what you want and then just make it happen.
Wow.
Yeah. And prayers are very important for me.
That's part of the endurance.
Yeah, that is really part, and that's where I get my strength actually when I sort of stumble.
Thank you so much, Fel. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I love that because I believe if I cannot defeat the competition by my pricing or my strategies, then I will out-endure you. So I agree that it's about endurance. So we'd like to thank you so much for watching. Fel, can you invite them in your store or in your branches?
Okay, so I'm inviting everybody, all fashion enthusiasts, male, female, young, old. Okay, so the shop or the main store is located at 327 M. Velas R. Duterte Street, Banawa. So it's right across Balamban Liempo and beside Speed Laundry. We are open daily, Mondays to Sundays. We don't have rest day.
Wow.
So we are open from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So yeah, you're all welcome here. And also for aspiring resellers, you can just message me in Facebook or in Instagram, and we can talk about it.
What's
and start
your
shop.
Instagram or
So our Instagram account is at Let's Stylize without any apostrophe. And
@stylize.
Facebook is the same, Let's Stylize.
Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. And by the way, if you have questions, comments, or by the way, if you want somebody or any person that you want us to guest in this show, please message us or comment it below. And if you're watching this in YouTube, please click subscribe and click that bell so that you'll be notified for new episodes. If you're watching this Instagram or in Facebook, please ask your comments or questions. And thank you so much for watching. Like we always say, in Passionpreneur, do what you love.
Love what you do.
You are
A
a Passionpreneur. Bye.
Bye.